Hey, it's Sandy here from Sandy Panel Photography, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about how you decide which photo shoot package is right for you. So once you've chosen your photographer, you found the person that is going to create your photos and memories for you, you need to choose which package, because chances are they're going to be offering a variety of different photo shoot options. Some of those are going to be quite clear who they're aimed for. For example, specific packages for puppies or senior dogs are fairly obvious who they're for. But for more general packages, you might have several options and not quite know which way to go. So a broad overview, and I do stress this is broad because different photographers will offer different options, is you've probably got studio, outdoor location, or then somebody like me, I don't have a studio, so I offer studio style portraits in your home. And each of those options has pros and cons. Too much to go into now, but just to give you an overview, a studio is great because it's restricted to one dog at a time. You know you're not going to have any distractions from other dogs in the vicinity. But on the flip side, it could be, it will be a strange place for your dog. And if they have a lot of dogs coming in regularly, it's going to be quite scented with different dog scents, shall we say. So there are pros and cons to that. Outdoor shoots are brilliant because you get the variety of background and different settings, but you are going to face things like dogs passing by, people passing by, a significant number of distractions potentially in the area. At-home studio style, which is what I offer, the massive benefit is that your dog's in a familiar location, so they're going to be relaxed and comfortable where they are, which is great, but it can be restrictive as to what you can achieve. It can depend on what space you have and what's in the vicinity, for different shots and different props and things like that if you want to use props. None of those options is bad, but what I really would stress is that you should consider which is going to be the best option for your dog. Ultimately, that's only something that you can decide, but it is important to think about what are the things that could impact your dog. Is your dog easily distracted? In which case, somewhere where a lot of humans and dogs are passing by may not be the best option. Are they really nervous when they go to a new place or meet new people? In which case, a studio might not be best, but an at-home studio style might actually really be perfect because they're in a familiar location. Think about your dog's day-to-day life and the things you have to consider, and then think about whether they are going to impact your photo shoot. Particularly for nervous dogs or, dogs that really don't get on well with new people, it might be worth seeing if your photographer offers the opportunity to meet before your photo shoot, so that at least your dog can meet them and have a good sniff without all the added pressure of the camera and the posing and all that. It just makes things a little bit more familiar on the day. For a reactive dog, you might find that certain locations are out completely. You might find a secure field is a better option. And okay, you may have to sacrifice some of your backdrops for that because it's a field and you can't get into the beautiful woodland. But your dog's welfare is going to be so much more important, and you don't want to get into a situation where things are uncomfortable or put you or your dogs at risk. So these are all things to consider when it comes to choosing your photo shoot package. Now, I do want to stress that none of these options are right or wrong. And there are ways that you can make adaptations to make your dog more comfortable. For example, if you want an outdoor location shoot, but you know your dog is going to get distracted by passers-by and everything, a couple of simple tips for that are: make sure you're well away from the car park when you do your photos, and perhaps go early in the morning before people are up and about. It is amazing what difference some of these locations are when you sort of hit mid-morning and everybody's up and about. So that's things that could be adapted. And likewise with a studio, if your photographer only offers studio, but your dog is a little bit nervous of the new places, ask if you can pop in to let them just have a sniff ahead of your photo shoot, so that they're coming into the environment, meeting your photographer, and getting a feel for the venue without that additional pressure at the time. Deciding what photo shoot package is right for you should be a decision you make in consideration with what is best for your dog. And you may not know all the questions you should be asking, but your photographer should be able to guide you. Now, one of the things I have recently introduced is the Give You a Paw service. So what this is a 20-minute Zoom call or virtual cuppa together where we have a chat, and it's called a paw call because it's about P for personality, see if we're a good fit for each other. A for aims, what's your vision for the photo shoot? What do you want to achieve? And W for worries. Let's talk about your concerns. Let's talk about things that you're worried about or how your dog is going to cope. We can talk through those. And the purpose of the call is that we just talk through these things and see if this is the right option for you. There's no obligation and no pressure to book, but it's a service to make sure that you are making the right decision for you and your dog. And that's absolutely key. And I promise that if I don't feel I'm the right photographer for you, I'm going to tell you. And if I know somebody that's a better fit, I will refer you on to them, because the most important thing is that you are absolutely happy with the service you're getting and the beautiful memories that you take home at the end of it. So, hope that helps.